chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting.
Hi, you guys, and welcome back to Thick Chick Thrifts, where you come for the fashion, but I hope you stay. Hold up. Because you know I love you, girl. Hey, y'all, what is going on today? Y'all know it is the Lord's Day, so it's going to be a magnificent day, first of all. But this is going to be a full one, y'all. It's going to be really jam-packed, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If this is your first time here, honey, I am Nitra, a.k.a. Sugar Mama. All right, yes. Hey, girl. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy. And if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, honey, and make sure when you hit it, that notification, that little bell they got right there on the side, hit that too so you know every time I post. Because sometimes I've been tricking you guys. I've been posting in the middle of the week. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you know every time your girl posts. So to my wonderful, lovely family that we have growing here, I love you, honey. Yes, if nobody told you today, I do. Yes, I do. I love you, girl. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Y'all know I pray for y'all all the time, honey. We praise around here, girl. Yes, we do. So if you into this, honey, we are going to do a little vlogging today. We're going to do a little cleaning. We are going to do, are y'all ready? I'm finally doing the Mohawk detailed tutorial. It is about as detailed. I didn't want to get too into it, but I hope you guys enjoy it. But I am going to show you today a detailed tutorial on how to get this Mohawk. So before we get started, I have a little something for you guys. So hold on and we'll get right to it. All right, you guys. So this is going to be a sponsored portion of this video. Yes, we are now doing a sponsored portion of this video. This video is sponsored by a wonderful company that reached out, honey. And when I tell you somebody knew I needed to be lifted in many ways. So I was reached by a company called Busties. Now this particular company, let's see if we can do it this way. This is a cool company, and Busties is a company, honey, that they just want to lift you up, honey, where you belong. So they reached out and wanted to see if I would do a collaboration with them to show you girls it is now time for that season where we're wearing backless, strapless, all types of dresses and shirts. And I wanted to show you guys today, even with the shirt I have on, it's the tape that you girls are always looking for to try out. Now, Busties is a tape, and it says it's just a breast tape kit. It comes in this little box, and it's under $15, honey. You get tape. You get a huge roll of tape. As you can see, I have already been using this tape. I've tried several tapes before, and so far, this one is really good. I have it on today, and I'm going to show you guys. You get a bag to hold your Busties kit in. When you're done opening your box, you could definitely open this kit. And it has the cute Busties on it, honey. And you put everything you need in your kit. You can put this kit in your purse when you are on the go, because it is small enough to cut a few strands. Put it in here, and then you can take this on the go if you need to. They give you a couple of nip tapes. And what it is the tape in the center is, can you see that? Hold on, I'll show you. Now in the center, see that is see-through. That's just material. And that material is going to cover up your nips, honey. And right around it is an adhesive. And you want to put this on before you put the tape on. And what that does is it's going to cover your nips so this tape is not pulling when you remove the tape, girl. Because, honey, ain't nothing like pulling that tape off and you feel like all your fingerprints from your Olas. That ain't cute, and it don't feel good at all. So they also give you the more, I don't want to say plastic, but that really, really scrunchy, feely good type of nip tape for like the thicker, thinner material that you need to put in. But you put these on and then you're going to use the tape. Now this tape is flesh colored, a light flesh color, and there is a paper on the backing. You get quite a bit of tape, and they give you a beginner's piece. And what you want to do is, it says stop, because the first thing you want to do is put that beginner tape on right by your ribs, so you can check to make sure you're not allergic to any adhesive that's on this tape. You always want to check that first. So once you did that for 24 hours after you receive it, then you'll know you're ready to go, girl. And honey, this is an Amazon product. So right here, it shows you all of the directions. It's very simple, step by step on how to use it. You just pretty much cutting at your discretion the amount of tape that you need. You're going to remove it off of the paper, and once you put it on where you need it, you kind of pull up where you need it to be, girl. So there is all of the full instructions that you need to show, and it is fully detailed, very simple. It's not hard to use, but I did want to show you guys how it looks even with a shirt on. I was going to put one where the back is out, but it's a little chilly out, so I wanted to keep it simple. So I am wearing the tape here, and it keeps you from wearing a shirt like this, and you can see your bra strap. So I'll put this mic here so we can see, honey. We're going to show you because I'm pretty sure you couldn't hear. So this is the tape that I am wearing, and all I did was tape it on in a way that I could definitely maneuver this shirt around it. So if you were wearing a different kind of shirt, of course, you could put the tape higher, but because this shirt was cut a little bit lower, I went ahead and stopped the tape there. So on this side, as you can see, I have the tape here, and you just tuck the shirt over. And of course, y'all know I only paid $1 for this shirt, so girl, yes, come on, Busties. I just put the tape on, and now I don't have to wear a bra or be unaware that my bra is sticking out or showing in a shirt like this. So if you guys are interested, I'll make sure I leave the links down below. Honey, get lifted. Come on, somebody. You're going to need a little lift. And these dresses that they wear for the holidays, you always need some type of tape. Now, you don't want to wear this tape for extended long periods of time, of course, but this will get you through the party, girl, or wherever you're going. So, like I said, this is sponsored, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll make sure I leave the link down below, and let me know if you use it and how it goes for you, girl. I'm going to be showing you guys throughout the winter different shirts and ways to style using Busties, y'all. You come to the gym all Halloween.
But I've been waiting for y'all. I gotta get to work now. So.
All right, you guys. So I just got off the bike, honey, doing that 3 minutes of praise. It is a Monday, so it is leg day, you guys. So make sure you get your days that you want for specific body parts, so you can keep up with your routine and what you're doing. So leg day and chest day. Let's go.
I can't remember more fun than when I am with you. You make everything feel alright. looking good from over there. Then he came over and whispered in my ear something he thought I'd like to hear. Ooh, I can't remember more fun than when I am with you. You make everything feel alright. When I'm down, boy, I try to imagine you right by my side, and I just feel as though my life is so complete. You mean everything. Yeah, I can't believe how much my life has changed. You washed away the tears and kissed away my pain. Now it's so much better that you're here.
All right, you guys. So we've left the gym. It's lunchtime, so I got a few minutes. I'm gonna clean off the patio a little bit so I can eat lunch out here. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you in a minute. Bye.
Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me?
All right, you guys. So I finished cleaning the patio, of course. I finished my lunch. And now it is time to read you guys' awesome comments. This is where I sit most of the time and enjoy the weather and read you guys' comments. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video, and we'll get to these comments, girl. I love y'all. Bye. All right, you guys. So it's going to be an awesome day. And for work, we're riding bikes, y'all. Woo! Come on, baby girl.
Come on, pedal the metal, dude.
Come with us and enjoy the ride, y'all.
Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Thick chicks, we just be thrifting. Thick chicks, we just be thrifting.
All right, y'all. I'm tired, y'all. All right. We just got home from the bike ride. I got the limo parked. I'm about to go in, sit down, do some emails, and we'll get to the next part of the vlog. All right, you guys. So it is a back day. This is the outfit for the day. We have a lot of errands to run today. So let's get it. Now come with me. We're going to take y'all with us all day. See y'all in a little bit. Hope you like the fit. Wow, this is crazy. Drop off time.
Good help.
All right, you guys. So these are going to be the products that you're going to need. You do not need a lot. This is only maybe a $30 hairstyle. something to get you by, or maybe it's just something, honey, you just want to do to make yourself cute, honey. So we're going to start with the Caribbean hair bundles. These are crocheted. This hairstyle is a crocheted wig, our half wig hairstyle. You're going to need a crochet wig cap. I prefer the kind with the combs. Can you see those combs? Because there's a comb in the front and there is a comb in the back. Now I get the extra large because you are doing a mohawk, so you want it to be as full as possible. So you're also going to need 2 packs of this faux Remy fiber bundle braid Caribbean crochet. Now there are 3 bundles in here. They're not very big. That's why you need 2 packs of this one. And you're also going to need this free tress shake and go braid crocheted hair in the beach curl. Now I use 12-inch because I like it longer in the back, but you could definitely just use 3 packs of this one. But if you want it the way I have it, you want to get this 12-inch for the back. Now the only other things you're going to need, this is called a T-pin. Now this particular pin is called a T-pin. Look at the shape. That is the shape of it, and you're using this on your wig head. Now I have a wig stand, and I use a wig head when I make my wigs or my crocheted half wigs, whatever you want to call it. But I use this to steady myself, and I can kind of just watch television and get our wig started. So let's get it going, you guys. I'm going to try to go step by step so you guys can see, and then we're going to work on the install. Let's go. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, you guys. So I just wanted to show you that this is one of the combs. Let's see if I can. That's one of the combs in the back, and there's one on the side. So they kind of have them at an awkward space. So if you just wanted to do them each on the sides, you could. But what I do is I take the one on the back, leave it there, and then I cut this one off and move it to the front. Now that is optional. You don't have to do that part. You could definitely just wait till the end and I'll show you how we just sew that on. But you could definitely leave this one in the back and just take the one off on the side. And that's what I'm going to do. And you're definitely going to need some scissors. And we'll get started. Here we go. All right, so really quick, to keep this beginner friendly, if you do have needle and thread, this is what the needle looks like. Let's see. That's our needle. And it's just the J-hook needle. I already threaded it. This part is optional. If you are beginner friendly, then you don't have to, you can skip this part because there is a comb in the back. I'm just adding the one to the front. So here we go. You're just going to take the comb and you're going to lay it underneath and then sew it on. It's very simple. There's no perfect way to do it. You're just sewing this on for stability. You don't have to be perfect in sewing. Nobody is going to see this. This is, like I said, optional because I want to keep it beginner friendly. This is just something I do because it keeps, sometimes if you don't want to sew as much needle and thread in your hair, that's all you needed, just that couple of pieces, and you should be good to go for that comb in the front. And like I said, there's one in the back, and all you're doing is removing the excess combs because on this particular wig cap there was 3. I thought it was 2, but there was 3. If you are a beginner, do not remove the combs until after you finish crocheting the hair, because if you cut it, you may change the way it sits on the dome. But if you are not, if you are ready to go, honey, if you know what you're doing, go ahead and remove those combs and then add your combs if needed. Now let's get to crocheting. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stick our T-pins in, and this is going to keep the net from moving while you're crocheting. We're going to start off with our Caribbean. This is Oprah curl. These are the Oprah curls, and they come in, I think this is like an 8-inch. Yes, it says 8-inch curl. And like I said, there are 3 bundles. One is already ready to start crocheting. They're not very big bundles. That's why you need these two packs. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. So here we go. All right, y'all. So listen, I don't know why I already assume you already know you're going to need this, but the most important thing you're going to need is this crochet needle. Now this is just the simple dollar crochet needle with the latch opening and closing. And you're going to use this, and it really helps to make it go faster. When you're doing this process, the hair already comes. You can tell exactly where to fold it. It tells you pretty much exactly where you want to fold it. You're just going to take that. And there are plenty of YouTube videos if you need like a closer, brighter camera to check and see how to add this on. Now this is the front, so we're going to turn this around. Can you see how that hangs so you know it's the back? This is how you know it's the back. So we're going to start in the front because we're doing the 8-inch. Now the 12-inch goes in the back. The 8-inch goes in the front. If you're doing 8-inch all the way, then you can start anywhere. You just want to fill this all the way till you get 1/4 to the end. And all you're doing is latching that. Let's see if we can turn it. There you go. You're going to latch that. You're going to close it and pull it through. Once you pull that through, the only thing you're going to do, see that? See my hand here? You're going to loop that through just like a rubber band. You're going to loop it through again. And that is it. With this crochet wig, this hair is not going anywhere. So once you put that on, that is not going to go anywhere. That is not going to move. So we're going to get this and speed this up until we get to our next part in the middle. And I'll see you guys when we get further back. If you have any questions, make sure you leave me a comment in the bottom, and I'll definitely answer your question for you. So no matter what the question is, there are no dumb questions. Ask your question. So leave it down in the comment section, and I'll definitely get back to you. So let's roll. All right, I'm back just to show you guys how fast this is going. I'm now on my second bundle from that first pack, so this should be really full. I'm going to show you another way to add the hair and another way to tie it, and it makes it go a little bit quicker. So you just want to take one piece or one strand of hair. You want to take one strand. You want to add your crochet needle wherever you see fit, and you want to follow these lines. As you can see, there are 2 lines, and it's almost like the perfect size for a mohawk. So as you can see, I'm following these lines. So you want to stay within those lines, and you just want to find you a spot. It doesn't matter. You want to space these out just enough. You don't want it too full. I mean, it's up to you. I space them out just a little. As you can see, they're about 1 inch apart or 1/2 inch apart. Now you want to put that on there like this. And once you get that through, you're going to have this circle. Put the hair through the circle just like you would a ponytail in a rubber band. Turn, put it through the circle again. Once you put it through that circle, you should have your circle here, and you should have your 2 parts. Take one strand of that 2 parts. You got one here and one here. You pull that through that circle, and then you pull it tight, and it's going to make a knot. You're done. Now you just keep on going, and we'll speed it up. If you guys want me to do that again, I'll do it again just to show you how quick and easy it is. You take one strand of hair, the one strand, you find you a hole, And you want to grab a couple of holes. As you noticed, I didn't just go through one hole. I went through a couple of holes at the same time. Put your hair on the latch. It will close up on its own, or you can close it. And you want to make your circle. There's your circle. You're putting the hair through the circle. You go through the circle, turn. There's your circle again. Put the hair through the circle and turn. Now, all you want to do is you have these two strands of hair. These two strands. You want to take one strand and pull it through the circle. And pull it. And it ties a knot. You can just keep it moving, honey. And when we get to this part here, I'll show you how we do the back. It's almost exactly the same. Pretty much exactly the same. It's just longer hair. So let's get cracking, girl. Let's get it speeding. Let's go. All right, you guys. So we are now in the back. There's only maybe a fourth here that I need to fill in. But I like to stop here from the front and start on the back. Or sometimes I start with the back. But when you don't, you just want to start, leave a little open here, start with the back, because then you'll know what you need to fill in, because you're only using one pack of this one and there's not a lot. So you really don't need a lot. So you're going to use this whole pack and we're going to fill in this bottom area with this entire packet. We're going to fill it up as much as we can and we're going to try to meet this. And let's get to it so you can see. And just know, the closer you do these together, the closer you crochet together, the thicker your mohawk will be. So let's go. All right, you guys. So as you can see, the back is done. I'm going to show you really quick now what I meant by leave this open, and we'll fill this in with our last two bundles. We have our last two bundles of hair here, and I'm going to just fill this gap in. If I have any hair left, you want to go in the entire mohawk and just fill in any gaps that you have. So like I said, you want to fill this in, and then you want to look around. If you have any hair left, you want to look in the gaps to see where you can fill them in so it can be really full. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you really fast, and then we'll be done. So the next time you see me, we'll be in the bathroom and I'll be showing you how we cut this and how we apply it, or we sew it to our heads, or just use the combs. Well, let's go. I hope you guys are enjoying. All right, you guys, so I'm here. It's another day. The wig has been completed yesterday, so I like to do this in pieces, so I'm not doing all of this at one time. So I'm coming to you with freshly washed and blow dried hair. Now, I went ahead and did this side because I didn't want the video to be too long, and I wanted to keep it beginner friendly. So we're going to start off with teaching you how to do this braided side here. And all you're going to do for this mohawk is you're going to do one split straight down the middle. This is the back. And this is the side. It does not have to be perfect because you're not going to see it under the mohawk anyway. So we're going to go ahead and start on this side. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to make little parts, because I want to keep this for people who really don't know how to braid. If you do know how to braid, just go ahead and put you two braids going down the side, but you want to kind of keep them, at least you can either take the mohawk off and measure. I've been doing this a long time, so I don't have to do that, but you don't want your braids to sit too low to your ear. You want them to be kind of high and closer together, because your mohawk is only so thick. So we're going to start with just parting a small piece down the side. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect. because we're going to be putting this in a rubber band. You just making small ponytails to get this. And if you want to leave baby hairs out, you can. It's just your preference, whatever you feel like doing. But all you're doing is putting your hair in little ponytails, and then we're going to connect them. So you're just going to pull this up. Now I like to pull out my baby hairs and get them where I want them, so they're out of the way. Get that out of the way. So we'll do that like we want it. If you see me looking to the side here, there's another mirror here so I can see. But you can use a brush, you can use a comb, whatever works best for you, whatever's going to make it easier for you. I have a small container of black rubber bands. I choose black because they blend in, of course. So you're just going to take your hair and you're going to pull it up into these little bitty ponytails. Like my granny say, she used to say they was pickaninnies. So you're just making little ponytails going toward the back of your head. So you do not want them to be super tight. You don't need them to be super tight. You just need them because you're going to get this pattern going for your ponytails. And all you're doing is parting little parts to throw your hair into ponytails. Now I like to use jam. Let me turn this down a little bit. Shine and jam in the yellow. I like the yellow better. I prefer it, I should say. And all you're doing is, it's not as harsh on my hair and it doesn't make white residue on my hair. This does not have to be perfect, like I said, guys. So we're doing that. And we're just going to put this up into a ponytail with our rubber band. And you're matching wherever this one is. You want to match your next ponytail. So you want to put your hair right behind your next ponytail, right behind the other one. And you just want to keep going until you get to the back. You see that? And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. You see that? Whatever it comes out as, the mohawk is pretty much, the curls are going to cover most of that up anyway. So we're parting that there. And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. So once you get that like you want it, you want to comb that out so you can get your ponytail straight. Now, one tip I can make sure, I want you guys to make sure you do is make sure you moisturize your hair. You don't want to do this style underneath this mohawk without moisturizing your hair. So you want to put that into a ponytail. And as you can see, we just have a little thing like a train going with these ponytails. And you want to keep them forward so they can stay out of your way. Now, I like to put grease and coconut oil and a little bit of shine and jam to mix. So once I get finished with this, we'll go to our next step. So let's get these done and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so we are done with our ponytails. This is the front. This is each ponytail in its entirety. This is the back. And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. At any rate, I was not going for perfection. We're just going to get the hair out of the way. And I do these ponytails because it gives you these cute little lines on the side that you can see these parts. When you do your mohawk, it kind of gives that cute little 3D effect, and you'll see when I'm done. But we're going to go ahead to our next step. Now for my next step, this is optional. Sometimes I will just braid my hair or take my hair and join each ponytail. I'll take this one, put it in a rubber band, join this one, then put the rubber band on this one and just keep it going, and they'll lay flat. But I found that when sometimes if the rubber band breaks underneath the ponytail or underneath the mohawk, sometimes it loosens the mohawk up. So now I like to use a piece of braiding hair, and I've already done it on this side. I like to take a piece of braiding hair and just make a braid going down the back, and all we're doing is connecting the ponytails together. And all you're doing, of course, is braiding your hair with the ponytail. Every time you go over the ponytail, you add it to the braid, and that is it. So it becomes one big braid, and I'll show you in a second. And like I said, all I'm doing is braiding until I get to the next ponytail, and then I add that one in. And the extra braiding hair just helps to connect them all together. So you're just going to be braiding, and I'll turn around so you can see as I go to the back. It's just, you just keep on braiding until you get to the next ponytail, and you're just adding it in. Just keep braiding down till you get to the next ponytail, and then you add it in. And you keep going till you get to your last one. Once you get to your last one, you want to take the one from this one and you want to add it to that piece. And the reason you're doing this is because when you sew the mohawk on, you have a solid base, almost like a circle, that you're going to connect. So it's already connected. You don't have to worry about what to do with that excess braid. You add it to the other one, and you keep it going until you get to the end. Can you see that? Can you see that? And all I'm doing is making one braid. Once you make that one braid, can you see that? I'm braiding it down to the end. And like I said, this does not have to be perfect by any means. Cut off the excess. So this is just a simple, hopefully you guys can see. I'm trying to turn the light up so you can see. And now we're going to take our mohawk and we're going to cut her off, and I'll show you how. It's very simple. You can literally cut her while she's on. Let's see. You can cut her while she's on your tray. Make sure you're only cutting the net. Leave at least a finger. Put your finger here if you need to. That much net on the side where the hair starts, because you don't want this net to get cut too close, because these things will fall off. They're attached to where you have them, but you want a little bit extra just to be on the safe side. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut. It's already pinned. So let's see. There we go. So we're going to take where she is. I'm going to go a little bit on the side. And as you can see, I'm not cutting right next to the net. That's going to blend in. Nobody's going to see that. And like I said, it's gonna like fray up. It's gonna like, it's stretchy. So it's gonna bounce into the hair anyway. So that's why it's looking like that. You just don't want to get too close once you cut off. Here we go. Once you cut off the net, there you go. So you can see. Now I'll put the pin here so she stays. And you do this all the way down to the back. And the reason you can get rid of that excess net, and we're going to do the same thing. You see that? It literally looks like there's nothing there. So we'll go to the other side. Once I cut that off, I'll show you guys how to attach it. So if you have any questions, like I said, make sure you leave me a comment down at the bottom, and I'll make sure I get those to you. So once again, you're cutting, make sure you leave just about a finger's width before you get to the crochet, before you cut the net off. So here we go, you guys. I'll see you in a minute. All right, here we go. So I took the Mohawk off, and I kind of just took the combs. Here is one of the combs here. And I took the comb, and all you have to do is put the comb in the front, and it'll help you hold where you need to be so you can still be hands-free. There is a comb in the back, so you just take that and you want to stick it underneath where your braid, and I'll show you here. That comb here, you want to take that comb and you want to stick it underneath there, and it will hold that Mohawk for you. And you can kind of see it shaping already. Now, for your last step, or your next to the last step, make sure you have a needle and thread. Now, you can, I'm sure, you can tie, not tie, but you can sew these, let me find one. They make these, you can put on wigs. So in case you want to clamp these closed, you can put these on it and you won't have to sew it down. But I work out, so I like to sew mine down. It just makes it a little more secure. You want to make a really long piece of thread on your needle, because you don't want to have to keep going back and forth to your needle. And all you're doing is looking for your braid. You're taking your wig, it's already laid like you want it, and you're gonna sew this wig to the two braids that you created. So that's why you had those two braids that you created. Now, once you've sewn this here, you see how that's connecting already? You want to make sure that's fitting and where you want it. And I like to go through so I can get some security. And that's not going to go anywhere. So we're going to keep going all the way down the back, the side, that braid. You're going to go all the way down that side there. Now, however you feel comfortable sewing this on, if it's your first time, take your time. And all you're doing is just sewing this Mohawk that you created onto those braids, like I said. Take your time. Keep it simple. You don't want this to be too tight. You just want it to be secure. You're going to go through here. And you keep going down the side of the Mohawk. The same sides or lines that you stayed in between, those are the lines that you're staying with. All right, you guys, so we're on this side, and I wanted to show you guys that you have to make sure you're pulling the Mohawk towards the braid. You want to keep it as tight as possible. You put the needle in and you pull once you pull, it's going to pull that net over to the side where you want it. And it's going to pull that mohawk up. So it's not hanging, just hanging in the back. It's going wherever you want it to go. So you pull that net over, get you a piece of thread, and you're threading it right through the braid. And then you look for your needle and you pull. Once you pull, that is not going anywhere until you get to the top. Not too close, but I wanted you to be able to see exactly what I was doing. So this is the step where you're shaping. It looks really crazy and really full now, but once you shape it, you'll be fine. Now the method to this that I use, I buy these extra large hairpins. These are the larger hairpins. These are the smaller. As you can see, the size is a whole lot different. And they make the pack that comes with both. So try to get the one with both. And all you're doing for the shaping is you're going to pull some of this back part. You're going to pull it up. You see how that went from there to up. You want to pull that up. And all you're doing is taking a hairpin and you're using the two braids as your leverage. So you want to take another one, and it's just up to you how full you want it to look. And all you're doing, like I said, is pulling up and then pinning. And once you pin it, it's going to stay and start shaping. See that? It's going to start pulling that up towards the middle, because you want the middle to be just as full. See how that's still hanging and it's in different layers? So I hope I moved in the bathroom, so I hope you can see with that white door. I wanted to do a white backdrop so it'll be a little bit easier to see. Now you're just framing how you want it, and you're going to do the exact same thing in the front. You're going to take a large hairpin and you're going to take the front hair and you're going to pull it towards the middle. And once you get it where you want it, you're just pinning, because you're going to cut some of this and shape it out. See that? You're going to pull this up and just shape that out. We're just going to take a couple of these and kind of just cut them as we want them, and use your hairpins to manipulate them where you want them. This is your mohawk, so you cut and pin to where you want this to hang. And I kind of like to cut the ends of the back, because we don't want the ends to be too perfect. And all we're doing is cutting off the ends. You see this? Just the ends. Now, like I said, you guys, I am no beautician. I'm just showing you what I do to get my mohawk. I hope you guys like this quick tutorial. I hope it was detailed enough. You know, next time I'll try to find a better place, let's see, of lighting, because it's kind of hard. My house is painted in dark colors. I love dark colors. But this is the mohawk. And I'll see you guys in a minute when I'm all dressed up, and you'll be able to see what it looks like, and hopefully better lighting when I'm done. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave me a question. And if I do this again, I'll make sure I do it in a better lighting or better setting. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of how I do this. And if you try it, make sure you let me know in the comment section or tag me so I can see it. But this is it so far. So I'm going to go clean it up, and I'll get back to you guys, and I'll see you guys after I'm dressed and ready. Bye. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the video. I'm going to be sitting for the rest of the video because I threw out some fillers for you guys to ask me questions to get to know me. Now, the reason I did this was because it's my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Yes, we made it, God willing, a whole year, y'all. I have been posting every Sunday that God allowed. Y'all gave me grace on a few, but I love you and I thank you. And I hope you guys are still enjoying the channel because I love y'all and I love talking to y'all. So I threw out a filler just to get a few questions so you guys could get to know me. Now, if you missed out on the opportunity to send me a question, honey, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll get to them. And maybe we'll do another get to know me video where I'll answer your questions on camera like I'm going to do this time. So I'm just going to pick out the few that I had. And honey, I love y'all. I thank y'all so much. And I hope you guys, like I said, are enjoying the channel. We growing, y'all. We growing. Make sure you guys are still sharing this video on your social medias for me because that is what helps me get out to more people so we can grow this family, y'all. Because we got to keep thrifting. We can't stop, won't stop, huh? So these are the questions. I'm going to go through just a few. But I want to thank the people who sent the questions in. And like I said, if you didn't get in, honey, send me a question this week and I'll get it to you because I love you. And here we go. So my first question I'm going to read is, and I'll make sure I post the actual comment up here. Miss Joan James, how you doing, honey? I love you today. I hope you having a good day, honey. So your question was, do you like to travel? And honey, yes, I do. Yes, I do. So if you got a ticket for me, I'm on my way. I'll come see you. Anywhere there's a thrift store, I will travel. Yes. Y'all already know. All you have to do is tell me there's a thrift store near where you live, and I'm on my way. Yes, ma'am. That is me. Yes. So I love traveling. I used to be in the military. So even in my younger years, I did a lot of traveling because my family is mainstaying in Texas. But I have a lot of family all over the world, of course, but California and Texas are where my family kind of resides. And of course, Louisiana. Hey, Shay, how y'all doing? So I have a lot of family there, so I did a lot of traveling there, but I had a lot of friends that I would go visit, of course, in other states. But the stipulation was, honey, you had to know where there was a thrift store near your house for me to come visit. So, Miss Joan, if you got a thrift store coming near you, honey, let me know and I'll come visit you, girl. I love you and I thank you for your question, girl. Next question, y'all. Miss Sonia Reedy. Miss Sonia Reedy, honey. It says, you give so much love in your work. How do you get the power to be such a lovely person in cruel, hard times, honey? And Miss Sonia was from Europe. To the queen. Okay. Yes. Hello, Sonia. I love you, girl. I hope you are having a wonderful day also. And let me just answer that. It's not hard to answer. It's just a one-word answer, honey. God. I wake up every morning and I know if my eyes are open, there's a purpose for that day. And that day is to be happy. You have the power, or I've learned that I have the power to control my day. I start out great. Stuff is going to happen along the way throughout that day. So if I end the day doing pretty good, it was a good day. So I try to smile through it all. And no matter what, I always pray. I always go back to prayer because I always find joy in prayer. There's always a way or a word that is given to show me that things could be worse, or stop giving people your power. So you can have my joy, honey. That's mine. I choose to hold on to it. Now, don't get me wrong. Life happens. But for the most part, honey, if you know me, then you know I am telling no lie. I'm always happy. At least I try to be. So for the most part, I do the best I can with what I got at that moment. but I try to smile along the way, girl. It is a very cruel world, but you cannot be of that world. Meaning, for me, we all live in that world, but you don't have to take part in the mess that's therein. I stay away from, I don't watch the news that much anymore. I'm one of those people. I know I need to get it, so I watch just enough. But for the most part, honey, I'm with the kids, having a good time in life, watching cartoons with the babies, or watching a good lifting or uplifting show, something to make me laugh. I love comedy. I love to laugh. So I stay in that world. So I hope that answers your question. And I hope that if not, it gives you some insight to key things to help make you change your mindset. At any moment, if you're not happy with what's happening, change it. If God is allowing you to breathe, change it. I love you, girl. And I hope that answers your question, girl. I love this. Y'all, we might have to do this again. So, Miss Tammy Anderson. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, girl. How you doing? Listen, y'all know, even the ones who we talk every Sunday, Monday on the comment section. Tammy, I love you, girl. How long have you been married and how many kids? Okay, y'all. So look at that face. I've been married for 25 years. It'll be 26 years next June. I know I look 26, girl. Hold on. Y'all, 25 years. I have been married to one of the most wonderful, handsome, everywhere we go, girl. I used to have to fight every night to prove my love. Girl, my honey, I can honestly say, my mama wished this man upon me. And what I mean by that is my mother always taught me, throughout my years, her favorite thing to say was, you gonna meet your match. You gonna meet you gonna meet your match. I did. I did. And it's one of those things where I met a man who learned how to tell me no. And he meant it. And that had never happened to me ever in my life. No. What you mean? No. He told me no and he meant it. And honey, ever since that day, I said, this is the man for me. Because if I can run you over or run you down, you don't love me. You just allowing me to do. I didn't need that in my life. I needed structure. I'm that type of person because, honey, I can overwhelm you with joy and get what I want. But when that don't work, it keeps me seated and grounded. And I just love that about him. He is an outspoken, anybody who knows him, he's a no nonsense, but he's the funnest, um, kindest, most wonderful person I've ever met, ever met in my life. Because my mom always told me, if a man, watch how a man treat his mama, and that's how he gonna treat you. So that is how I learned him, and I fell in love with him because he, when I tell you, adored. He took care of his mother until her last breath. I love this man. We have 3 children. Now, the reason I say 3, y'all, is because I have a bonus child. He was my first baby. I love him, and he looked just like my baby. So, honey, all my life, ever since I've met him, he's in his 20s now, but that's my baby too. So I have 3 boys. They are amazing. They were easy, good boys. They were, I really thank God for the journey that I've been on and the way he structured my life. Um, Honey, I won't go too in depth, but yes, over 25 years, I have 3 boys and they are amazing. I'm spoiled rotten. I'm the only girl in the house. I'm the only girl. Now, my oldest does not live here. He lives in New York, but I'm spoiled rotten. I can do no wrong because y'all know me. I wouldn't do wrong anyway. All right, y'all. We are back. We are situated, honey. And I wanted to make sure I had the coffee shop, honey, ready for y'all for all the tea that we are drinking and we are sipping. So this is our fall, autumn coffee shop we got going here. I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope the weather is wonderful where you are. It's kind of chilly here. Well, no, actually, it's like 80 degrees, honey. but I wanted to dress comfortable today so y'all can feel like we was in the house, girls. So my next question is from one of my favorite people that I have encountered on YouTube. Even though y'all ain't no such thing as favorites, but this person, um, she has just been like every video I get multiple. We have a whole conversation, honey, on the YouTube, on the interwebs. So, Miss Letitia Holloway, I hope I'm saying your name right, honey. This is so awesome to be able to say your name out loud and to say thank you to everybody who who has ever watched my channel. But when y'all leave comments, it really sits with me because I never forget the names. So I try to speak to you guys in my comments like we already know each other, because we do. But Miss Letitia, you asked how long have you been thrifting? Girl, all my life. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else. My mother was a single mom of six, and my sister passed away when I was born. So on the day I was born, I would say. But my mother was so awesome. We didn't have a lot, but we didn't know we didn't have a lot. Now we knew we wasn't out there just like balling in the mix. We wasn't just out shopping every time school time came around. But my mother made it fun in the fact that we didn't know the thrift store was any different than any other store. Now, the older we got, of course, you learn the thrift store is completely different than any other store. But she flipped it to make it like, what can you find in this store to make that nobody else has? And you got to make them want it. And that's been a challenge all my life. I love it. I love it. She always taught me it's not the clothes. She used to always say that because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I'll get overwhelmed and like, oh, I got to always shop it. Sometimes that would come up, but it didn't last long because she always made me feel good about what I was doing and what I looked like in what I had on from the thrift store. And so once I got that niche that I could find things that nobody else had, but I look good and original. I didn't look like nobody. If you were in high school with me, then you know I didn't look like nobody. I was my own person, and I've always been that way. But my mom started it when I was really, really young, but out of necessity. But at the same time, I thank God for it because it has been so much fun over the years. I find joy in it. Now, some people thrift, like I said, because they had to, and even in those times when you find the joy in it. I've always found the joy in thrifting, and I always knew this was something I just enjoyed doing and I love doing. And it then became, um, how can I show people how to do this? People need to know more about this. When I met my husband, honey, he had never even been in a thrift store. He was like, when I told him I was going thrifting, come with me, he was like, I'm not going in that store. I don't thrift. What is that? And honey, he is all in there now. Now, granted, he still has his moments, but he's a New Yorker, so they are very bold, and whatever they learn, that's what they know, and don't mess with the routine. But he has learned that there ain't nothing wrong with thrifting. It's just what you do with the clothing once you get home. You take care of it before you wear it. As long as you do all of the pre things before, then honey, you will be fine. But I think a lot of people have never been introduced to it in a manner of it's fun. When I always tell people like this, when you go into any store, when you try on the clothes before you buy them, Walmart, Target, um, I don't care what store, Forever 21, somebody else has tried those same clothes on before you bought them. So you're pretty much thrifting anyway, honey. So don't get cute thinking you're the only one. Even on Amazon, they sending you stuff that somebody else sent back. So just be wise with your coins. And I've always been a good steward of my money. So this has always taught me a good way to be a good steward. So my last question, Miss Sheikah Cost. When and what made you want to thrift? Like I said, this kind of ties into that one. And like I said, I was very young, and it just kind of has been snowballing and flourishing into something so joyous for me. And now that um now that I'm doing it, I can't see, like I've always wanted to do this, like teach people about thrifting and to be able to, my dream is to be able to sell and have my own thrift store. But you got to start off somewhere. So to just start teaching people about thrifting and how good thrifting can be, girl. Now, oh wait, it said what made you want to do YouTube? Okay, girl, I'm just talking. So, all right, let's see. I won't give you the long version this time, but like I said earlier, what made me want to start YouTubing was I was during COVID, of course, everybody was at home. And in the beginning, we had no idea what COVID was and what was happening. So everybody kind of had that same fear of what was going on. And I ended up catching COVID in the very beginning, and it was not good. I was going through a really hard time breathing, and I have asthma. So I was really, really having a rough time making it. And they could not find out what was wrong, what was wrong. And it was a long bout of maybe a 6 month period where all I did was stay in a room because I was so down and so unhappy with what was happening to me, and they had no idea. And I kept praying for God to just give me some joy because I'm not a hard person to please, but I just kept praying for my joy because I lost my joy. And for that, like 6 months, I was highly depressed. I was stressed out because I could not breathe and they could not figure out why. And I heard a voice, and it's not that you hear words. It's not that I felt and I heard in my spirit, because I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've tried it before, but didn't stick with it. And I heard a voice so clear because I kept saying, as I was watching YouTube videos, just passing the time, and I kept seeing these beautiful women showing these beautiful articles of clothing and talking about fashion. And it's something that I completely love. And I kept saying, I can do this. I can do that. I love that. I can do that. And I saw a girl named Aisha, and she has a YouTube channel. I try to link it below. And her YouTube channel is called 10 Ways to Wear It. And I kept watching this young lady and then watching this young lady, and how beautiful she was and how eloquent she was with her fashion and talking about clothing. But I kept saying, I can do this. And she left me a comment that just said, give it a shot. Go for it. And it was one of those things where my whole spirit, I said, Lord, I'm going to pray on this. And if it's something that you will allow, and it's going to help me with my joy, just help me come to that conclusion. And just as clear as my name, I heard, I kept saying to myself, when I get better, when I feel better, I'm going to start. When I get better, I had every excuse in the world. And I just heard something in my spirit so heavy say, what are you waiting for? Why wait? What are you waiting for? And so even while I was sick, I was still praising God because I knew things were going to get better. I just knew it was just going to take whatever time God had. And I kept hearing this voice say, what are you waiting on? What are you sitting there for? You ain't doing nothing. Nobody was doing anything. So I was like, okay. So I ordered a small ring light. And of course I kept saying, I don't have a camera. And I kept seeing videos, and one of her videos, or one of the other young ladies' videos, was like, what are you waiting for? You don't even need a camera. Every time I had an excuse, God would send a person or a video or something I was doing to say, one day, like I said, I have no camera. I can't start yet. And I saw a video, and the young lady said, what you waiting on? You don't need a camera. Use your phone. It was just like every chance I tried to block my own blessing, God was like, okay, lady, listen, I'm here. What you gonna do? So I finally said, okay. And I'll give it a shot. And from that one video, and if you go back and watch the first couple of videos that I did, y'all, I didn't have the camera positioned the right way. I didn't have the volume. I didn't have a mic. Like I was just winging it on God's mercy. And from that last year, I have gotten so much better, not only physically, but mentally, because of y'all. because every time y'all left comments, it was those little words that you said. Like I was helping y'all, but y'all didn't know y'all were really helping me. And it was so, I'm not going to cry, but I just want y'all to know I love you and I thank you. It was so healing and refreshing, and it got me out of that funk that I was in. And nothing but God sent y'all to me. And I thank you. I love you guys. Before I get crazy and emotional, just know I love you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I won't drag this out, but I'll just say thank you. Thank you for this whole year. I love you. And I'll see you in a minute. All right, y'all. So listen, I have gathered myself and collected myself. So we're going to get to my favorite part of the video that I do. And you guys know this is my favorite. I just want you guys to know, once again, I always tell you guys at this point, if you have a small business or if you know of a small business, send them my way. I'm trying to show some love to the small business owners who just have something that they want to get out to the people and you just need a little help. So make sure you like and just let them know. All I want you to do is like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And make sure you share it so we can get this out to as many people as we can. I love you guys, and I thank you guys so, so much for sticking with me this year. I hope the next year is even better. I'm trying to grow as we go. So I hope you guys grow with me. I thank you guys for all of the growing pains that we've been learning together, because everything that I've done thus far has been with you guys' help. So I truly love you and I appreciate you. What a fun year I've been having, because it has really mentally taken me to a place of joy that I just didn't even know existed. I love y'all. I love doing this. I thank you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, and I mean that every time I say it. I pray for you guys throughout the week. Make sure you pray for us in this channel, honey. Make sure you continue to just thank God for his mercy, honey. Because if you don't know him, you need to. He's so good. Yes, he is. And I thank him for y'all. I thank him for this channel. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And next week, we get back to thrifting. So, y'all know I can't go that long without thrifting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Mohawk tutorial. But it's time to thrift, girls. So I'll see you guys next Sunday. We'll meet right back here for some thrifting, girl. We did a little retail therapy. So I love you and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, y'all. I love you. Bye. 1 year. It's been 1 year. Happy anniversary, y'all. To us. I love y'all. Bye.
Big chicks, we just be thrifting. Big chicks, we just be thrifting. Don't you wanna thrift with me? Big chicks, we just be thrifting. Big chicks, we just be thrifting.